Now, I've been reading a lot about this, studying a lot about this, and there's a terrific, terrific book, and I'm going to plug it here, called Unreasonable Hospitality.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you've read it, James, but it's just a book that just, honestly, it's all about hospitality, but it reflects into every kind of business. And even they have the perfect opportunity listening to people's conversations at dinner time, and they can pick up, a conversation and deliver what they call legends. In that book, they call it creating legendary moments and creating legends. And just as an example, because if you don't read the book, I have to tell the one where, you overhear this couple talking about never having experienced a New York hot dog.
Yeah.
And then they go out to the street, find the best New York hot dog, bring it into the kitchen. This is a 3-hat. This is like a really fancy
Oh,
place.
so this couple's in a restaurant
Yes.
when the waiter overhears them talking about never having tried a New York hot dog. Is that right?
Yes, correct. Exactly. Sorry, I'm framing it up. Exactly right. And so they then go out and then they go to the kitchen. This is a real fancy place. And they plate up this New York hot dog and they bring it to them on the house.
Yeah.
Now, and there's many, many more of those examples. You must just read chapter 18 of this book. It's all about joyalty moments of magic is my term, and they call them legends. But so any brand or business, now everyone will say, oh, how do you do that at scale? My business doesn't hear about customers like that. I'm telling you now that any brand or business could find a joyalty moment of magic, one-off or ongoing. There's no doubt in my mind that you give me any one, they'll find it, either through data. And I've been collecting examples. I've got this library of examples. So it's either through a data signal, even here's another one. McDonald's got an order, I think it's in the UAE. And in the order, it came from a hospital. Bring me some food to the hospital bed. So McDonald's delivered, and there was a note in there from there saying, we see this order's come from the hospital. This order's on us.
Wow. Hey, so I want a couple of things. First of all, you've triggered two thoughts in my mind. First of all, the book Unreasonable Hospitality is by a guy called Will Guidara.
Yes.
And it's the remarkable power of giving people more than they expect. Now, I have to say, I have not read the book, but my wife has. Because I was talking to her about this book, and I said, I've got to read this book. And so she downloaded it on audiobooks, and she goes, it is amazing.
Oh, really?
She goes, oh, my God, it blew me away. Now, my wife is not in hospitality, right?
Yeah.
But it blew her away. She absolutely loved that book. So first of all, we're giving the book a free plug. We don't know the author. We get nothing out of it, but it was a conversation piece. The second thing I want to say, a friend of mine runs a business called Authentified.
Yeah.
And what Authentified does is it basically is a reselling platform for secondhand clothes. So it's peer-to-peer, but they also do reselling work for, the Salvo stores and all this sort of stuff. And one of the things that they did when they set up this platform that they did not expect is that when somebody sold a dress or a jacket or a coat that they loved through the platform and they sold it to somebody else, what they were doing was, unbeknown to Authentified at all, they were writing a note in the package when they sent the package off to the customer at the other side, and the customer would open this package having bought the product, and there's a note from the previous owner which said, I wore this jacket for the last 3 years. I absolutely loved it. Can you please take care of it for me?
I love that example.
Right. And it was like, and the guys behind Authentified were talking to me about this, and they were just saying it wasn't happening as a one-off. It was happening all the time.
Always
and
on.
There was no requirement to do it. It's just that the vendor, the peer-to-peer vendor, was giving up something that they felt attached to and passing it across to somebody else to take care of, and they would handwrite a note in it. And they said there's all these notes flying around on this platform that wasn't even designed for this, but that's what's been happening. And when I say a note, it's a physical note, so that the package arrives and there's a handwritten note. Anyway, just your comments and thoughts around joy and that connectivity and that relationship between vendors and buyers kind of really frame those two thoughts in my mind.
And that's the human to human element, and that's the joy. And so, I mean, that's such a great example, that personal note. And I've seen in many of Brown Box delivered during COVID period and various others, when brands suddenly realized that they could write a little note, whether it was personally handwritten, if they could, or whether it was printed. It's still that little bit of an element of, but that story you tell me, it's because it makes it so personal. I love this jacket. Please look after it. It's kind of like what they call passing it on. So, beautiful story. Thanks for adding that to my library.